A number of controversies, including fake Bhutanese refugee scam, Lalita Niwas land scam and Golden Jalahari debacle, have rocked the nation in recent days. If the Dahal government is fully committed to get to the roots, the investigating CIB team must be given full authority. The public sentiments want the investigation to be a fair application of law rather than just a witch hunt. The bottom line is that Prime Minister Dahal has a great opportunity to enhance his public standing, provided his government handles these scams the right way. Good evening, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Koshi Chief Minister Hikmat Kumar Karki goes for confidence vote. Janata Samajwadi, deemed as crucial, decides to remain neutral. Muslim community across the country celebrating Eid AlAdha today by exchanging greetings and offering prayers. Hindu community observing a significant religious day by planting tulsi. At least 150 people arrested across France as violence escalates over the shooting of a 17-year-old French Algerian. President Macron calls the people to observe restraint. And Son Williams scores a majestic century as Zimbabwe posts 332 for 7 against Oman in the opening clash of Super 6 at the ICC World Cup qualifiers. 3 individuals alleged of involvement in the infamous Lalita Niwas land scam have moved the Supreme Court, alleging of what they have called illegal detention. Dharma Prasad Gautam, Min Bahadur Gurung and Sudhir Kumar Shah have moved the Supreme Court, alleging the authority of carrying out illegal arrest and unlawful detention. They have also demanded release without any terms and conditions. Saying that the statute of limitations had expired, they have alleged of forced investigations upon them. The writ is to be heard tomorrow. Kosi Province Chief Minister Hikmat Kumar Karki has staked his claim for the vote of confidence. Chief Minister Karki has presented his claim for the vote of confidence at the Province Assembly meeting. Meanwhile, Janata Samajwadi Party, which is in the ruling coalition in the centre, has decided to remain neutral in the province. Province chairperson of Janata Samajwadi Party, Deepak Yakha, has issued a notice saying the party will remain neutral until the province is renamed. Meanwhile, CPN Maoist Centre has decided not to extend the vote of confidence to Chief Minister Karki. The Provincial Assembly meeting of the party CPN Maoist Centre held earlier this morning had decided not to extend the vote of confidence and had decided to form the province government under its own leadership. In the 93-member Koshi Province Assembly, Chief Minister Karki has the support of 40 members of CPN-UML and 6 from Rashtriya Prajatantra Party. However, the support of 47 members is required to retain the government. The opposition coalition of the province has 29 members from Nepali Congress, 13 from CPN Maoist Centre, 4 from CPN Unified Socialist and 1 from Janata Samajwadi Party. In the meantime, Speaker Baburam Gautam is from Maoist Centre. Gautam will not be able to vote if the votes from both sides are equal in number. As the Speaker will also not be able to vote in absence of any Province Assembly member of CPN-UML and Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, the new government is also not likely to generate a trust vote. The Muslim community is celebrating Bakr Eid or Eid AlAdha, one of the biggest Islamic festivals today, by exchanging greetings and offering special prayers. On this day, Muslims visit the nearest mosque to offer prayers, while animal sacrifice is made, generally goat or lamb, to express their devotion and love for their God Allah. The Nepal government had also announced public holiday on the occasion of the festival today. Extending their greetings on the occasion of Eid AlAdha, President Ramchandra Paudel and Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal hoped that the festival will promote unity and harmony in the society. Meanwhile, the Hindu community is observing and celebrating Harishayani Ekadasi, a significant religious day also called Tulsi Planting Day today. Tulsi or basil plants are shown and worshipped by performing various rituals on this day, as this plant is considered a representation of God Vishnu. The gold Jalahari has been reinstalled at the Pashupatinath temple earlier this morning by fulfilling the rituals. The Jalahari was earlier this week taken out for investigation following speculations of corruption. The works of installment of the gold Jalahari had begun from 6 p.m. yesterday. The temple has reopened for general public from early morning today after the installment of the Jalahari was completed. Following the reinstallation of the Jalahari, a puja asking for forgiveness will be held for 3 days. The Pashupatinath temple was closed for devotees after the special puja at 2 p.m. yesterday. According to the Pashupati Area Development Trust, the Jalahari, which was kept at a locker in Rudragareshwar under the security of Nepal Army, was reinstalled after required repair works. The Jalahari was reinstalled under the supervision of the representatives from the corruption watchdog CIAA. The Nepal Rashtra Bank had purchased 107.93 kilograms of gold at an investment of more than 800 million rupees for the gold Jalahari at the Pashupatinath temple. The CIAA had been investigating allegations of irregularities during the installation of the Jalahari. Now, relief materials have been distributed to 19 families that had been displaced by the flood in the Hewa River of Sankasava on the 17th of June earlier this month. The Koshi province government has provided 4 bundles of metal roof sheets each to 12 families that have been completely displaced and 2 bundles each to 7 families who are partially affected. Those displaced have also been provided large tents. Sankasava's District Disaster Management Committee has provided 15,000 rupees to each family with up to 5 members and 20,000 rupees for families with more members. 18 workers at the under construction Super Hewa Hydropower project had gone missing in the flood in the Hewa River, Pilua and Sava rivers on the 17th of June, while they have remained unaccounted for. Flood in Kirunga River has destroyed 2 houses in Manthali of Gaurisankar rural municipality of Doloka and has displaced 15 households. The ward chairperson of Manthali, Dawa Sherpa, has said that the flood triggered by incessant rainfall last night had damaged houses in the area. Efforts were underway to relocate the local residents whose houses were at risk, while arrangements have been made to put some at the houses of their relatives and neighbors. Telephone services have been interrupted in the area after the flood swept away the electric poles. Meanwhile, the Singati-Lamabogar road section has sustained damages due to the flood, which has obstructed vehicular movement. Pedestrians and commuters face several hardship in the early mornings and late nights because of stray dogs who at times even bite people. And despite several calls by the local residents, the stray dogs are yet to be managed. According to a study conducted a year ago, there are around 22,000 stray dogs in the Kathmandu metropolis. There is a dedicated entity of the Kathmandu metropolis for the management of stray dogs under its Department of Environment. The Kathmandu metropolis conducts castration of 10 to 12 stray dogs every day. The metropolis had introduced the plan of providing 2,500 rupees for each castration and 200 rupees for each vaccination of stray dogs to the organizations collaborating with the metropolis. However, the plan was limited to a formality. The metropolis has allocated a budget of 15 million rupees for the management of stray dogs and other animals in the upcoming fiscal year. Meanwhile, based on the latest survey, there are more than 9,600 stray dogs in Lalitpur metropolis. However, the metropolis has not paid any attention towards their management. Instead, a few organizations have been making arrangements for the management and food for the stray dogs. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, more than 76,000 were bitten by dogs in the previous year, while around 100 of them were infected with rabies. Somewhere between 250,000 to 300,000 vials of vaccine against rabies are consumed in Nepal each year. It is also imperative for the local levels to manage the stray dogs in their areas and increase public awareness as well. A demarcation of the Kirunga River of Bharatpur metropolis has begun. Demarcation works have begun from the bridge in the order of Bharatpur Ward number 5 and 6. The metropolis has allocated 140 million rupees for the beautification and construction of infrastructures for the Kirunga River. As per the master plan, more than 3 billion rupees is required for the beautification of the Kirunga River. According to the plan, there will be cycle tracks and parks at several places on either banks of the river, while boating facility has also been included. Now, a relay protest has been underway for the past 3 days in Thangadi, alleging the Sudur Pasim government of failing to introduce a disabled-friendly budget. People with disabilities from Kailali and Kanchanpur have gathered in Thangadi and have been staging the protest at the Thangadi Park Chowk for the past 3 days. They have claimed that they were compelled to resort to protest after their recommendations to include programs to uplift the living standard of people with disabilities was ignored in the budget. They have also warned of giving continuity to their protest programs until their demands are addressed. Based on the recent census, there are around 70,000 individuals with disabilities in Sudar Paschim province. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look into the top stories one more time. Koshi Chief Minister Hikmat Kumar Kharki goes for confidence vote. Janata Samajwadi, deemed as crucial, decides to remain neutral. Muslim community across the country celebrating Eid AlAdha today by exchanging greetings and offering prayers. Hindu community observing a significant religious day by planting tulsi. At least 150 people arrested across France as violence escalates over the shooting of a 17-year-old French Algerian. President Macron calls the people to observe restraint. And Son Williams scores a majestic century as Zimbabwe posts 332 runs for the loss of 7 wickets against Romania in the opening clash of the Super 6 at the ICC World Cup qualifiers. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin is at 10:30 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.